I know it's a bit Christmassy right now, but in case you don't know yet, here in the Philippines, we celebrate Christmas like 4 months in advance. Yes, it's ridiculous. Anyway, we're here to make a face-off between two infallible L'Oreal products. Like, it's both infallible, but one is Infallible 24-hour Stay Fresh Foundation Fights Makeup Meltdown, and this is the one in the bottle. And the other one is Infallible Pro Matte Demi-Matte Finish Airlight Oil-Free 24-hour Foundation. This is the one that has been getting a lot of good reviews, and I've always wanted to have it. And I was able to get hold of it because a friend of mine went on vacation in New York, and I asked her to please buy me a bottle because it's not available anywhere in Asia. It's not available in the Philippines, neither is it available in Thailand or in Singapore. I really tried. I haven't been to Hong Kong recently, but I don't know. I wasn't getting it from anywhere else. So I asked my friend to buy this for me, and then maybe a week before I got this, L'Oreal launched this infallible version here in the Philippines, and they posted it on their Facebook page, and I quickly made a comment. I asked them, what's the difference between the two? L'Oreal was really nice to reply right away and told me that, you know, we launched the infallible version, the one that comes in this bottle with the pump. We launched this specifically for the Asian market, and it's supposed to suit the weather and the conditions here in this part of the world. Because sometimes when you launch something in a cold weather area, you forget the fact that it's not gonna work in other areas, and it's gonna get good reviews somewhere else, but down here it's not. And I've had that experience in a mascara of Urban Decay where I was so happy with it when I was using it in New York while I was on vacation, and it was the best mascara ever. It's the Big Fatty Mascara, and I've really loved it. But when I went home, I noticed that it doesn't dry up, and it just keeps on leaving marks here under my eyes, and it's all because it's kind of humid here and there's a lot of oil on that product. I think it's a bit oil-based. So that aside, I put these two to the test. I tried the Infallible first for a couple of weeks, and after that I quickly bought the one that's sold in the Philippines. So what are my thoughts about this? I'm so sad to tell you, L'Oreal, but I think you did not achieve your goals in this bottle. Not only doesn't it last for 24 hours, it also makes me really oily. I know it's not supposed to be matte. It says Stay Fresh Foundation. It's probably demi-matte. It doesn't say it's dewy. It doesn't. It's not the Asian type of foundation that's supposed to make you look dewy. It says no transfer, no visible imperfections, no visible shine, no dry out, and no mask effect. But to be honest, it gives me a lot of shine, especially on my T-zone, and it gives me a little bit of the mask effect. Like, I have a white cast on my face for some reason. Not a huge problem. I can tone it down with bronzers and all that, and I'm thinking maybe it's because I never really picked the right shade, so that's fine. But what I cannot understand is that it just makes me look really oily, and it's not fun. I've been staying recently in a building where the air conditioning is on full blast, and I wouldn't think that something that's supposed to last you 24 hours and supposed to give you a shine-free look is still gonna make my skin so oily. That's what I don't get. This one, on the other hand, probably the best ever foundation I've ever tried. I love the True Match. I love them to death. They've performed true to the name. It's a true match. It's the best match in my skin is this W6. This is the best match ever for my skin. But it's not waterproof. It's not a 24-hour product. It's not matte. It's semi-dewy, semi-matte. It's in the middle. It's fine. But this one, each time I use this, my highlight, my contour, and my blush, they stay exactly where I placed them. Exactly where I placed them. And that's really amazing. And one more thing, even after gym time, I can still see my blush. And that rarely ever happens. That never happens. Actually, it never happens. Because each time I go on the gym, for sure the first one that gets knocked off would be my everything here on this side of my face. But with this one, I can just see it's still there. Everything's still there. The blush, the highlight, and the contour. And another one, I noticed that I don't need to do a lot of baking with this product. I would just have to pat on some loose powder and then knock it off, like not full on baking, and I'd still look fresh. I also noticed that I don't need to retouch a lot when I use this, and it never ever gave me any problems with oiliness, nothing. I can go on field work. I'm still gonna use this. This is like my primer of all time, the Nivea Men moisturizing gel. I still use this. I put this on and I put this and it works. Even if I put on a sunblock, it still works the way it's supposed to be. It's infallible. And sometimes if I really want to do a lot of like, I'm sure I'm gonna be staying out in the open for quite some time. First, I use this one and then I put on a primer which is Can Make, and I put this on, and for sure it's 100% infallible for like more than 8 hours, more than 12 hours, 16 hours, and even during gym time. So I'm gonna say I wish that L'Oreal would revisit and try to put this in the market. I would still say that the Pro Matte is still the best one. I think hands down nothing can beat this. This is probably the best foundation I've ever tried in this price category, because I've never really tried any expensive foundations. I've always tried affordable ones. I've always tried those ones that are available here, and this is why I wanted to try this, because it's available here. So I put it to my face off, and sadly, L'Oreal, you have to bring this to the market. You have to bring this to Asian markets, because it's amazing. It's the one that works the way you wanted it. You were planning on releasing a product that would be able to match the humidity. This is the product. This one, not so much. Just bring this one in the Philippines because it works. At least for me. I think I'm pretty reliable because I'm very oily. I have a very oily T-zone. Sometimes it's a combination, sometimes it's oily all over. But what's going to stay forever is that I'm oily. So this one works. Forgot to mention that I used one product on one side of my face. I used this product on this side of my face, and I used the Infallible from the US on this part of my face. And that is the reason why one side is lighter and the other one is darker. So this one, I'm a bit disappointed because it's not consistent with the colors of True Match. Even if it's the same brand and suddenly you decide to have a different line, it may not have the same color tones. I understand that, but there was no other choice for me but to just tell my friend that she has to buy me the one that's closest to the W6 Sun Beige of True Match, because this is my True Match, match, you know, this is my skin. Unfortunately, this came out a bit darker than I expected, and that was the only downside to it. This one, however, I don't know if they don't have enough of the stocks in the store, but it's just way too light. It's honey, and I've always been honey tone. I tried it on. I tried to move as far away as possible from the warm lights, because the warm lights just doesn't give you the same color as daylight or fluorescent, and fluorescent, nobody looks good in fluorescent, but that's just the lighting that's available in the office. So I mean, anyway, I tried this, and this is the closest that I could ever get to my skin tone, but it's lighter than I expected. So I don't know if you noticed, but one side of my face is this one, and this other side is this one. Yeah, this one is darker. I know. It's darker. It's darker and it's more matte. And this one has a bit of a dewy finish, and later it's gonna look really, really oily. That's the expectation. And I've tried it many times, all on its own, with a primer, without a primer, with sunblock, it just doesn't work. I really tried my best, L'Oreal. I did my part. I tried it many times. This one, I tried it for the first time, and I'm impressed from the get-go. It's like when I come to the office, and I've been sweating like a pig going to the office during that time because it was like so hot those days. I tried it, and when I go to the office, I'm like, my skin is so good. Like, I don't have any pores, I don't have any impurities, and this one has impressed me so quickly. So quickly. This one took a lot of time. It took a lot of time to like really, convince me, and after some time I just had to say I'm raising the white flag. I just have to say I'm giving up. I still want this formula, and if L'Oreal can just find a way, because this one works. I mean, you don't need to change the formula. This one just works so well. So there you have it. I want to be clear that I'm not coming from a negative perspective in this. I'm trying to just give you an idea about how the product works and how I loved it, because I myself, I was kind of wondering what's the reason why they had to launch two different bottles. Is it just the bottle, or the formula is totally different? So I had to put it to the test. And they also gave me their thoughts about why they had to launch something different. So there you have it. I hope that I was able to give you an idea about the difference of these two L'Oréal Infallible products. And if you still have time, please do watch my other films. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button below. It would really, really make me happy. And I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye! I understand that some of the lines, if you're doing a different line, and even if it's the same brand,